Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Welcome to this special vidIQ live stream. We're just experimenting with something completely new today, and we're handing over the reins to you folks today. Because what this is going to be is a live Q&A with us, YouTube enthusiasts here, and we're going to be taking your questions, and it starts right now.
vidIQ.
vidIQ.
vidIQ.com.
Hello everybody, welcome to vidIQ, and my name is Rob. If this is your first time here, we are the YouTube tool and channel that aims to educate you on your YouTube journey. Every Tuesday, we do live streams where we audit your channel. That's not what we're going to do today. Today, we are going to be answering all of your questions about YouTube, your channel, and of course, vidIQ. And it wouldn't be a live stream if we didn't have some awesome support here, including you in the community, including our moderators, but also welcoming to the stage today, we have two guests on. We are tripling up today. There we can see Jeremy Vest just waving on screen. Jeremy, do say hello to all of our amazing fans.
Hey, how's it going, everyone?
And also welcome to Liron, who is I always forget your title. It's Head of Customer Success, I believe, is what we call you here at vidIQ, Liron. So just quickly introduce yourselves if the folks here in the live stream are not familiar with who you are.
Hello, everybody. My name is Liron Segev. I am the Director of Customer Success at vidIQ. And basically what that means is that it's my responsibility to make sure that you guys level up your channel. So strategy, questions, how-tos, my area, we're excited to be here.
Yeah, and Liron does... It's not exactly a private webinar, but you do like a new users training webinar every single Wednesday, and it's like one of the best product tours I've ever seen of our tools, which are so vast, but Liron nails it every single time. There's a link in this video description, and we are starting to share it now, and if you sign up to vidIQ, you will get an invite to that. So if you are new to vidIQ, do check that out. Just want to say hello to people who are joining today, and that includes Elite Eric, Chris Staps 070, Pinay UK Vlogs, Nate SM, Foodie Ants, Steve EV, Project Cruzy, the Gaming Master, and I'm going to hand it over to Jeremy to call out a few other people joining us today.
All right, DM Creation, cool guy, straight from MG and Pain Sub.
And Liron, who else have we got joining us on the live stream today?
Oh, so many. It's going so quickly. We've got Wired Gaming, we got Elite, we got Demise, Football. This is just going ridiculously fast. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Lewis is here. Wired Gaming, Max, Phase Wog, straight from MG, Again Style. I think it's pretty much the who's in the chat.
Yeah, if we didn't call you out, we apologize. If we did call you out, we apologize because we pronounced your username wrong. Yeah, we got your name wrong. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to answer all of your questions, and we're going to prioritize by the Google form we have in the description. So check out the link. There is a link there to take you to a Google form. Very simple, channel name and your question. So ask it there, and we're going to try and answer as many as we can. Just to kick things off, I have a question which I want to ask both everybody in the live chat and also Liron and Jeremy, and it's this news story that's coming out of YouTube this week or last week, and it's all to do with what we're doing right now, which is live streaming. And YouTube have just posted an update which is to let those folks know who live stream via mobile devices that there is a new requirement, which is at least 1,000 subscribers. And I just wanted to open up this question to the audience here and to Jeremy and Liron. What do you think of this change? Why has it happened, and is it a good thing, a bad thing? What do you think YouTube's doing here with restricting users to 1,000 subscribers before they can live stream on mobile devices?
All right, so I'll kick off.
Yeah, kick it off, Liron. Go ahead.
Why not? We'll ramble away. It'll be fun. Steve Evie says this is dumb. Okay.
Thanks for the feedback, Steve.
So here's the story. I think they obviously had to clean up live streaming, especially after the whole Church Christ massacre that happened, and this is kind of their way of saying, look, we still need live streaming, but it's very irresponsible of us being YouTube to allow anybody who's just signed up a second ago to have basically broadcasting rights like a TV station would. It's but madness. And we all know how difficult it is to get to 1,000 views. So somebody needs to be really, really committed to streaming some horrible event in the future to try build up their channel just to meet that monetization. So we're not happy about it. But I must say, in this particular thing, I kind of understand it.
Thoughts, Jeremy?
From coming from the branding side of things and a person that spent millions of dollars, of other people's money, not mine, on ads for YouTube, I would say that how does YouTube, control quality and make sure people aren't doing really bad things? So we can blame YouTube and we can say how horrible this is, but we also need to understand their plight. And their plight is they're basically taking 90+% of the people streaming on their mobile phones. Think about this. What if a bad event happened? What if there was like another, bad terrorist attack or something and people just start streaming? So personally, I think they're doing this to protect bad people from doing bad things. And, when the next bad thing happens in the world, if someone streams it on YouTube, they may be financially responsible for that. So I just think, call me a Debbie Downer there, but I think there's a real reason this is happening. And I think it's bigger than YouTube. I think Facebook and Instagram and Snapchat have the same problem.
I think you've summed it up perfectly there, Jeremy. This is bigger than YouTube, and when tragedies like this happen, actions need to be taken. And yet, Timothy Ford is agreeing here. Yeah, it's a cleanup that is correct. And as you say now, people are not going to put in effort to get 1,000 subscribers to then to do something terrible, or at least you would hope not. And for those who do want to still live stream on mobile with less subscribers, there are other apps available that will allow you to do that. It's just going to require a bit more research and hopefully bring up, I guess in this instance, an artificial barrier to those just wanting to immediately use something to publish on YouTube, irrespective of how many subscribers there are. Whether YouTube's going to clean that up as well from the other apps, it remains to be seen. And of course, you can still live stream on desktop. But yeah, I'd agree. I mean, I guess counter arguments could be that maybe there should be a 5-minute delay on live streams, but then who's going to monitor that and track it? So people, we understand, audience, we understand completely that this is could be a huge implication for you, especially on mobile. But sometimes things are just bigger than the needs of the individual creator, and I think this is one of those times where it's a good move. So that was a question that I wanted to raise, and it was just kind of introducing to the vibe and the feel of what we're going to do here. But we're going to jump straight into your questions now, and I'm just going to take some as I look at them. The first one comes from Retro Cheats here, and he asks, whoops, I've just clicked off it, let me go back. He asks, Google Plus, if anyone can remember what on earth Google Plus was, had a lot of large communities but got shut down recently. Know of any other major communities or places where you can advertise your channel? So I think Google Plus, because it was part of the same brand as YouTube, a lot of people use this to advertise and they felt they were safe doing that. And now that's not an option. So this kind of brings us on to a wider question. Advertising on Google Plus, to me that sounds just like you're spamming potentially communities and not adding value. What are your thoughts, Jeremy and Liron? I'll let Jeremy kick off on this one first.
I just think, Google has had a really terrible time trying to become a social media platform, even though YouTube is a social media platform and one of the biggest. It's hard to share, and it's not just, I don't know, it's not as social, I would say, as some other platforms like Twitter and Facebook, as far as shareability and sending your friends links and, things like that. So look, they're going to get this right eventually. They really are. It might take them a while, but they are. And I think, the death of things like Google Plus is brilliant because they know it's not working and they're moving forward.
The death of Google Plus is brilliant. You can quote Jeremy on that if he ever speaks to a Google employee in the future. Any further thoughts there, Liron?
Yeah, I think it was a valid effort, but I think when the community kind of didn't get behind it, so it kind of died a miserable death. Funny enough, if you used Google Plus, even on all kind of these years when most people didn't, it generated quite a bit of traffic. This is kind of the dirty secrets. It generated a lot of traffic to blogs. It generated a lot of traffic in search results because Google prioritizes their own platform or their own product.
Interesting.
So can we have an F in the chat? RIP Google Plus. I think is today the last day for it? It's coming to an end soon.
I thought it already expired, but who knows?
I think today's the last day.
So it's pretty much RIP Google Plus. We will miss you.
So any more thoughts about like promoting content like that? I mean, the obvious one that you sort of lean towards after Google Plus is maybe Reddit. And we've heard horror stories of people just trying to promote their content in Reddit without actually being a member of a community, and it really backfires quite a lot. So perhaps the question of where can I promote my content is probably the wrong question. It should be, how can I build up a community that's going to help share my content and build it that way? Is that? I'm sort of looking at it from that point of view, where just trying to spam your content is not the answer to the question.
Yeah, it can be the answer, exactly. Though. And let me explain why. So if you have a real vertical niche and you're doing like one thing, like a particular type of guitar player or whatever that thing is you do. For example, I'm an old skateboarder, so there's a community of old nerd skateboarders just like me out there. And if I was to post, which I did this weekend on Reddit, on the old man skateboard, whatever subreddit, it's not spam because they're all like me and they appreciated the content that I had to give. So when you niche down and you really focus on a community, you then are not, you don't have to be a spammer. You could just be part of the community.
Yeah.
But you should give more than you take.
Yeah.
So you need to share other people's stuff and you need to answer questions and be part of that community. If you just dive in for a second to share your content and then leave, then people are going to not find value from you.
Boom. Any further thoughts, Leron?
Yeah, I think it's with every community, not just Reddit. It could be Facebook groups, it could be kind of Twitter, it could be whatever it is. If you're there just to drop links and hope for the best, well, think of how many other people are doing exactly the same thing. They're just dropping their links and leaving. That's not a community. That's kind of a copy and paste job that you're in and out. Also, those are not necessarily going to be your core audience. These are not the people who love you, who want to see you succeed either. So I'll be very careful of just using Reddit just as a spamming ground. Could you use Reddit to engage? Absolutely. Could you use Tumblr, which is kind of people don't talk about? Pinterest is amazing for YouTube. And people are just not talking about those communities. But you should be engaging in those communities, sharing, pinning, retweeting, all of that good stuff. So people say, hey, this person's adding lots of value. Let's go see what they're about. Let people come to you. And that's how you build up your community.
Awesome. And I would finish with that particular topic with, don't forget you've got the YouTube community tab. That is so powerful and reaches an audience beyond your subscribers, but you've got to keep at it. I've spent 18 months building up our community tab to the point now where we get thousands of responses to votes and hundreds of questions every time we post something out.
You do need 1,000 subscribers to use it.
Of course, yeah, good point there. Next question then comes from Ghostbuster Jeffrey. I don't know what the answer is to this, but maybe we can collectively bring an answer to this. He simply asks, why won't my videos show up if I put in the exact title? An interesting question. Ghostbuster Jeffrey, if you're still here, post the exact title of your video and maybe one of us can try and find it. But I guess a general question might be, why do my videos sometimes not show up in a search? And I guess the answer might be, depending on the title, YouTube is never necessarily searching for an exact title unless you put in the correct tools to do that. It's maybe searching for the keywords inside of that title. So the videos that rank higher are going to be surfaced before his. That would be my answer. Any alternative suggestions?
So I think
it's public.
Yeah, obviously making it public would help.
I think at the end of the day, you got to remember the one thing, that YouTube is a search engine, right? And YouTube wants to marry up a search with a result. So if you know that people are searching for how to make chocolate cake in a microwave, if you title your video that way, it makes it a lot easier for YouTube to marry up your keywords, your search, your video with people's searches. So why does something not show up in the chat? Probably that's why. Sorry, I just want to ban some. Oh, there we go. Thank you. The idea with YouTube is it's all about your videos and how YouTube is going to understand the content that you have. So if you're trying to get good titles and you're trying to be ranked for them, think search first, then think your title. That will be kind of my little tip on that.
All right, then. Hopefully that answered your question, Ghostbuster Jeffrey. Lovely username. Next question comes from Abhar Singhal. How often should somebody post on YouTube, ideally? So I think we can have a bit of a license here to give a general answer. We'll start with you on this one, Jeremy. How often do you think somebody should post on YouTube?
I mean, it depends on your audience and your competition and your audience's ability to consume content. Let's think about if your audience were kids that went to school. You probably don't want to post when they're in school, right? So it's really relative to your situation. If your audience is older people, they may not be able to watch stuff until night when they get off of work or the weekends. So you really need to understand your audience. The more you understand your niche, if you really focus down, then you can understand the types of people and their ages and where they are in the world and their demographics to really understand the best way to serve those people. Now, Evan Carmichael, a friend of vidIQ, posts 3 times a day, and he has almost 2 million subscribers, so he's doing very well. I post once a week because I have a full-time job and I have limited time. Mm-hmm. And I think that posting once a week is better than none, so it's just a balance. And honestly, people get too hung up on this. I would just say, do what you can, see what the results are, and do more stuff.
Liron?
Yep, completely agree. This isn't a one rule, one size fits all kind of situation.
Absolutely, yeah, good point.
We know of a channel that literally uploads once a month. Their quality is insane. People wait for that video. They've got millions and millions of subscribers on those channels, and they post once a month. So if the rule of you have to post 2 or 3 times a week to be seen, then they would die. It's about your audience, and every channel is unique, which is why it's very dangerous to compare yourself to somebody else and then say, well, they're posting 3 times a week, I need to. They're doing this, I need to. It doesn't work like that. Your audience is unique to you. If you can supply content once a week that your audience loves and waits for, that's perfect. Remember the olden days pre-TV, pre-YouTube, when you watched something on TV, it was at 7 o'clock in the evening every Monday evening.
Yeah.
And you knew that was coming. If they didn't post it, if they didn't kind of show that show, you would be upset. But you knew that it was coming up, and therefore you were willing to wait for it. So there isn't a standard answer 2-3 times a week. It is, what is your community's appetite for your content?
My response would be, generally speaking, very generally, once a week, as we've said, to build up a watching habit for your audience. Once a day would be fantastic, but obviously that depends on your audience. And also think of it from this point of view. Quality versus quantity. If you're a video creator that wants to produce the best content that's not time sensitive, then quality is better and it might take you longer. However, if your content is very time sensitive, whether it's news stories, PewDiePie versus T-Series, the latest iPhone, a football match, then quantity is far more important, because you want to get the content out there as quickly as possible to serve the audience that's searching for it there and then. So think of it in those terms as well. Got a brilliant question here for you, Jeremy. I know you love these type of questions. Leads the Fallen asks, what's the most important in your thumbnail, the image or the words?
Oh, which comes first, the chicken or the egg philosophy here. So definitely the I would say that because you have words in your title, the words are usually not that important if the hero of the image represents what the video is about and gives someone a reason to click on that video. Think of a thumbnail like a billboard. When you're driving down the street, most of the time you don't look up. Hopefully when you're driving, at least. But good billboards will make you stop and appreciate or look or see what's going on. This is why in America, Chick-fil-A has like real 3D cows and crazy stuff that just really disrupt the brain's pattern so that people stop and look at your thumbnail. So the question I would ask, other than this question, is I would ask, what would pattern disrupt someone scanning through the right-hand side suggested videos and make them stop and visually look at yours? And once they look at your thumbnail, then they're going to see the title, and the text is also on the title. So I would say the reason to click and the hero of the image are way more important than text.
I would say just look at the top video creators that you watch and look at their thumbnails and see how much text they use. Usually it's none. Occasionally it might be 1 or 2 words. Funny you should ask the question, because I've just finished rendering a video, which I'm going to let Jeremy watch after this live stream. Hopefully he'll approve it, which is all about thumbnails. And I have like 16 thumbnails on screen at once. And I say, look at the text. Can you see any? And very rarely from top video creators will you see a bundle of text. Yeah, Liron, sorry.
Yeah, just before we move off this important topic, one of the big kind of mistakes that we often see at vidIQ when we kind of speak to creators is you repeat the text in your title. Yeah. You repeat them into your thumbnail. There really is. You got such a small little real estate for your thumbnail. Make it amazing. Make me want to click on it, as opposed to just repeating whatever it is in your title. Remember, the point of a thumbnail is only one thing: to make someone stop as they're scrolling down YouTube and pick your video over somebody else's. So just bear that in mind. There's no reason to repeat your title in the text.
Boom. All right, a question for you two guys, because I have literally no experience of this. I was terrible at affiliate marketing, so I never did it. But the question is from Elite Eric: best strategies to affiliate marketing, presumably within YouTube.
Okay, I'll go first.
Sure.
With affiliate marketing, you do really well when it's natural to your audience. Here's what I mean. If you have a tech channel, which like I do, for me to kind of say, hey, buy this latest phone, or check out this latest cover, or here is this accessory you need to have, link in the description below, that's natural. And somebody watching a video, like you would, if you were watching a video, you would be interested to get more information, you will naturally click on that link. Where affiliate marketing goes horribly wrong is when people start pushing other products which are not a natural fit. For me to start talking about a product that's got nothing to do with my channel, it's just weird. My audience is immediately going to pick that out. So the biggest tip with affiliate marketing is be as natural as you possibly can. Make sure it's a natural fit. And sometimes it's difficult. Sometimes we all get these amazing offers from really big brands, and it's very tempting. But if they're not a natural fit for your audience, you're probably not going to sell any anyway. So don't do that.
Just before Jeremy answers, Liron, half an hour update. Press your camera so it doesn't turn off. This is an inside joke that we've got to make sure that he doesn't go black. So Jeremy, go ahead.
So what am I answering? I'm just kidding.
Done.
Next question. No, I'm just kidding. No, seriously, what am I answering?
Best strategy for affiliate marketing.
So the best affiliate marketer we have right now is Sean Cannell. He's really good on like live streams. And I would say the best video ever done for vidIQ as far as affiliate goes was a live stream of him just showing the software, how he uses it, and then answering questions live. So like Liron said, I would say that being honest, talking about the bad of the product, and being sincere is probably the best way to be an affiliate. But just links alone are not enough. Having the links to the description, like Liron said, when you're talking about it, that's cool. But if you just put links to like Amazon or something in your descriptions, the odds of you selling are extremely low.
It's funny you say that. I did that. I just dumped loads of affiliate links into my pre-existing videos, and I have not had a single click or sale from them, to the point where I think that Amazon has thrown me off the affiliate program now. So you're absolutely right with that. And I would also say, Jeremy, while we're talking about affiliates, maybe you want to give a 30-second pitch on vidIQ, which of course does affiliates.
Absolutely. So we are revamping our affiliate program here at vidIQ. And we're going to have 3 tiers. So people that sell over 51 cells will actually have the chance to collab with Rob, a chance to blog on our site, and get vidIQ for free for life if you do over 51 cells. So there's a lot of phenomenal reasons. Also from a monetary perspective, we definitely pay our affiliates quite well. So if you have a sizable audience, I would say over 1,000 subscribers, feel free to reach out. You can find the application for affiliates on vidIQ.com/affiliates, or go to vidIQ.com at the bottom footer, and you can find that link.
A chance to collab with me. Is that a perk or torture? Let us know in the comments. All right, folks, what we're going to do now is we're going to take some questions from you live in the chat. We're going to do like a quick 5-minute round. So what I want you to do is include, before the question, hashtag question. That's going to really help us spot the questions in the chat and then ask them. And we're going to try and do this for Leron and Jeremy in like quick answers and maybe 10 to 15 seconds to get through as many questions as we can. And I'm going to put a countdown timer on as soon as I see the first question appear in the live chat. I'm going to start the countdown, and we're going to do this for the next 5 minutes, folks. So this is your chance right now in the live chat, and then we're going to go back to the form afterwards. I've seen the first one. Okay, so there's a 5-minute countdown, and the question that's coming in here from Zinspire is, do you think a better way to get subs and watch time is streaming on YouTube? My answer would be no, because it's more to do with community. Live stream is all about connecting with your pre-existing audience. Yes, it can do, but live streams don't tend to do very well on demand afterwards. So it's all about your community there and then. Leron, pick a question and answer it.
Good question. How do I grow a gaming channel from Monstrux Games? To grow a gaming channel is simple. You just got to focus on one game. Do something very, very different. Be unique. Bring your own voice. Don't be the same as everybody else, but start with one game, and you can always pivot to other games later on. Don't do Fortnite and Apex Legend and you're never going to rank for those.
And search for how to start a gaming channel on YouTube, and you'll find vidIQ as a top result. Jeremy, take a question and answer it.
All right. How long's the proper length for a video? And the answer is 4.3. No, I'm just kidding. The answer is as long as you can hold the attention of your audience. That's the real answer. So you want to look through your analytics. If your videos are 10 minutes or 20 minutes long and people are watching 2 minutes, you first off probably need to change your format. And secondly, probably don't need to make 10-minute videos if people are only watching 20% of that. So it's just constantly getting better, 1% better a week. It's just constantly getting feedback, figuring out what people like and what they don't like, looking at your analytics, and trying to get people to watch longer. I will tell you that most of the channels that I see doing very well right now have 8+ minute long videos.
Ben Millinger Art asks, is it best to chase trends or be original? And my answer to that is, have the capacity to potentially do both. For example, if you're an art channel, something that's coming out very soon is Avengers Endgame, and lots of people are going to be searching for that. Can you warp that particular trend into your content? What if it's about arts and craft? Always think about if there's an opportunity to seize on a really trending topic, but it can change from channel to channel. Just have that capacity to do it. That's what we did with PewDiePie versus T-Series, and you can see the results. We've done some very good videos, but we're still sticking to our roots as well with live streams like this and all of the other educational content that we push out. Next one, Leron, what have you got for us?
Skull Gamer question. I'm in the UK. What do we do about Article 13? Should I quit YouTube or play it out? Do not quit YouTube. Oh, okay. Basically, YouTube will work it out. It's not up to you. YouTube is the platform. Article 13 definitely affects them. It affects every platform.
Yeah, you can't escape it. So if you quit YouTube, you're quitting life. In that sense.
You're quitting the internet because
maybe not life, maybe the internet.
You can't email someone a meme because it's Article 13. No, it doesn't work. It's bigger than us. So hang on. Do what you're doing now. Don't rip off anybody else's content. Use original stuff, but definitely do not quit. Just watch the space. They've got this.
Great answer. Jeremy, have you got something for us?
I have some interesting ones. How can I grow a plant with minimal sunlight? I think you're in the wrong chat, my friend.
Well, we audited the channel once that did that.
Yeah. I think there are plant growing lights available. But obviously grow the plants responsibly. And if you're in unless you're in Canada or Uruguay, don't grow those particular plants.
Here's one I do want to answer though. Yeah. How to do collabs with YouTubers when you're just getting starting?
Good.
And I have a crazy story. So I'm about to do a collab with a channel that has 4 million subscribers and I have 4,000 subscribers. So how in the world did I pull that off? Well, value. A relationship is give and take. A relationship, you have to be able to serve others and then you get stuff in return. What happens 99% of the time on YouTube is people are like, hey, subscribe to my channel, do this. It's all about me. But if you put them first and you actually care about them, maybe you're a moderator for their live streams, or you reach out to them and say, I love what you do. How can I help? Build a rapport and a relationship with people, a true relationship, and great things can happen. If I just went to a channel 10 times bigger than me and said, I want a collab, they would be like, who are you? But if I actually built, because I have a niche and I can find out all the players in my industry, I can find out everyone, I can figure out who these people are, build a relationship with them, become friends, and find out how I can help them. And then in return, they can do something for me.
Boom. What a fantastic answer there to how to collab when you're a smaller channel. What we're going to do now, folks, is take a short break. So if you do need God, I was going to say something really weird then. I'm just going to say, if you do want a break, whatever that may be, do take it. We'll be back in a couple of minutes. But do let us know in the comments if you're enjoying this format. We really want good feedback to know whether this is something that you find of value and that we can do in the future. But we will be back to answer more of your questions in about 2 minutes. See you then. Does running a YouTube channel sometimes make you feel dazed and confused? Well, that's why you might need a little education. vidIQ can review your channel in seconds, 24 hours a day. It's like having your own YouTube consultant giving you all of this information. Do a YouTube search and we'll show you the stats, the value of that keyword, what's related, what's trending, what tags each video uses, and a deep dive with a single click. After research comes analysis. Our video scorecard will pick apart all the important analytics from social media to SEO, and we do this for every single video on YouTube for free. And when it comes to uploading your videos, vidIQ is here to support you every step of the way, with suggested keywords, our SEO score ranking, upload checklist, and recommended tags, boosting your content to the next level. Oh, and if you think we finished there, we haven't even started. We have dozens more tools we want to show you right now. All you need to do is download vidIQ now and let us help educate you on your YouTube journey today. All right, folks, and we are back. Thank you for the feedback we're seeing here. EL Jeffrey Reviews saying great stream. We do appreciate that. Kip Straps 0707 loving the stream. So yeah, we feel as if this is going really well as a test pilot Q&A. And let's just get straight back into it. The next question comes from Abhas Singhal again. So he's getting in a lot of questions. And this one is it okay to make less interesting content just to fill in the gaps between great ideas? What do we think to that one? I can see Jeremy frowning and shaking his head. So why, Jeremy? Why is that not a good idea?
Because time is probably more valuable than money to a lot of people.
Love that answer, yeah.
And the truth is there's almost 500 hours of content uploaded every minute on YouTube. Do not waste people's time. You should be ashamed of yourself if you do that, because quite honestly, you have to shovel through the crap to get stuff you want to watch on YouTube. Don't contribute to that or people will never love you.
Liron?
Yeah. What he said. And Hayes House in the comments says, no, and then no, some more. No, at the end of the day, it's simple. Ask yourself this question. Would you appreciate a channel doing that to you? You subscribe to a channel, you love their content, but because they were filling in time, they showed you, I don't know, a live stream of their kids playing football. I mean, that's just so not right. So if you wouldn't appreciate it, your audience is not going to appreciate it. Don't do that.
And I would say if you're asking a question like that, you are thinking too much about the algorithm and not your audience. You're thinking, I want to get more videos out to get more watch time, and hopefully that means YouTube's going to share my content more. It just doesn't work like that, and it could ultimately harm your channel. Lava Creeper is here with the next question. How do I get a huge boost in my channel? I do decent thumbnails and edit my videos for at least 8 hours, and I'm still quite low. Any advice? So this is one of these common questions where I think somebody's saying, I'm putting all this work and my videos are probably better than this person's videos. Why am I not doing well on YouTube? And what's the answer?
Yeah, I mean, I can say that it's probably has to do with you're not triggering the YouTube algorithm to get suggested, because odds are your competitors are ranking or getting more watch time than you, and probably more engagement, social engagement. And this probably has nothing to ever do with the quality of your thumbnails and the quality of your content. It has to do with the viewability of your content. A cat video or someone skateboarding, just not even saying a word with a crappy camera, might outdo phenomenal content, cinematography type content. And it's just about, can someone watch this thing for 5 or 10 minutes? Take out the lowest common denominators, stop thinking, and just make content people want to consume.
Yeah, and it's more than that. Besides Jeremy working out the word crap into every
thank you.
But it's more than that. It's more about forgetting that YouTube is a search engine. So you could have amazing content, but if you're not being discovered by YouTube, well, it doesn't matter how many hours you're putting into it. So it's not about that. It's about doing it the wrong way around. What we see a lot of is creators rushing out, picking out that camera, going to film, coming back, editing, and then kind of hoping for the best and wondering why they don't have a video ranked on YouTube. If you did it the other way around, where you first did your research, you first used the tools to identify what people are actually searching for, then you did a video about that, odds of you being seen are so much more. Also, it will cut down on your filming time and your editing time because you're that focused. There's no point in making a shooting for 9 hours on multiple SD cards only to come back and go, well, where do I start? If you know the 3 things you need to do today, 1, 2, 3, shoot 3, you're done. So it's marrying up your search with your video titles. That is key.
A question I asked a lot about myself when I was struggling to begin with on YouTube was, I'm working really, really hard and I'm putting all of these hours into videos, but am I working smart enough? And until I was able to answer that question, and like you say, Leron, find a particular answer to a question that nobody else was answering, or making videos in a different way that just made my videos better or different or faster than others. You're right. It's kind of like a mindset, isn't it? It's a strategy. It's not like what you're doing with your hands, filming, editing, and so on. It's perhaps what you're maybe thinking about and spending perhaps an extra 10 minutes thinking about what you're going to make, as opposed to the 20 hours making the video could have a profound impact. And if you're working really, really hard, I will say this as well. If you're working really, really hard and the content is good, eventually YouTube will find a way to promote and surface your content. But it could take 500 videos. It could take 5 videos. YouTube is a big place and everybody is competing on there. But I love the question. Next question is going to require a sound effect that unfortunately Leron and Jeremy can't hear, but it is this. And the question is from Project Cruises: are tags important in any way on YouTube?
Right. Okay. So
a lot of enthusiasm there from Leron, and he's going to take it. I was
wondering. I know we can't hear the sound effect, but I was just trying to work out what it could possibly be. So are tags important? So when people talk about tags, they usually refer to the one section of YouTube called the video tags. don't think of tags that way. Think of tags as keywords. Remember, YouTube is a search engine. I'm sorry, I'm sounding like a broken record, but it's critical to get that right. YouTube is a search engine. The search engine needs information. It needs to understand content. The more you feed the beast, the more it's going to understand your video, the more it's going to know what your content is about and marry you up to somebody's search. So tags are not just video tags in that one little tiny section on your editing screen. Tags are keywords. They should be in your title. They should be in your description. They should be in your video tags. They should even be in your playlist description. Anywhere that you can feed the beast information about your video is golden. Don't miss out those opportunities because someone out there said the tags aren't important and now you're just randomly putting things in there. Just don't make that mistake. And especially don't watch the very, very big creators and see what they're doing. Here's what I mean quickly. If Casey Neistat launched a video today with a semicolon as the title, he'll still get 1 million views. If you launch a video with a semicolon as your title, odds are pretty low that you're going to get the same number of views. It's not that YouTube is different to the different sizes. It's just that if the audience is there, it knows what to expect. Therefore, it's happy to watch. For our audiences, in all of us, including myself in here, our audience still needs that information. Therefore, feed the beast as best as possible.
And if you want to know more about tags from Leron's point of view, you explain this so excellently through your webinar with a chocolate cake analogy. So folks, check out Leron's webinar to find out more about how research is so important. And at the end, you just have these, by the end of your research, you should have all of these tags anyway, which you can just drop into the tab box, which should take 2 or 3 minutes. Yeah. Jeremy, any more thoughts on that before we move on to another one?
No, he did good.
All right, awesome. We'll take another question here, which is RZ410. I made a video that got a lot of views, even if it's not the best way to get views. The video now has 90% of my total channel views. It's also more than doubled my subscribers. Now what I have is this big audience increase. So, do you have any tips or suggestions on how to proceed? I think this is a very simple answer, and that is
double down.
More of that. Yeah, I'm translating what Jeremy's saying there. Double down or make more of that content. YouTube loves what you've done. Stick on that topic. Attack it from as many angles as possible. And YouTube should help promote that content. And after all, those are what your subscribers have just signed up for. So if you do a video about, let's say, how to get cheap cards in FIFA 19, and then you do a video about how to get a headshot on Apex Legends, or the people who subscribe for FIFA 19, do they play the other game? Are they interested in that particular topic? Potentially not. And Jeremy says this a brilliant way in our audits. 2 inches wide, a mile deep. That's how you got to look at your content. Something really specific, targeting a real niche, and then just giving them as much value as possible. Leron, I very recently on your channel, you found some success with Galaxy Note 9 videos, and you did one which got 10,000 views or more, and you did a couple of follow-up videos that did really well as well, didn't you?
Yep. So the one that had 10,000 is now sitting on 220,000.
Wow.
So I'm kind of okay with that.
Yeah.
But what I did was, as soon as I saw that the algorithm picked this up and it's got tractions, I didn't wait for my usual content schedule. This was too important.
Brilliant point. This. Yeah.
It jumped up. I thought, I'm not waiting. I did another video basically 2 days later. Another video is 2 days later. And the reason I broke them up in 2 days apart, because as you guys might know, when you launch a new video, YouTube assigns you this little tag called new next to your name. So I was ranking for the word Note 9 for a good 2-3 weeks on those videos because I was just constantly feeding the algorithm the same stuff that my audience wants to watch. And it's all good love from YouTube, good signals to YouTube, and therefore it helps. So if you're getting something that's a win, do not wait. Just do more of it.
Design Medium asks, is the content copyright feature on the Creator Studio beta app available only for channels with 100,000 subscribers? I genuinely don't know the answer to this. So, Leron...
I've got it on mine.
Oh, right. And you've got...
and mine's like 15,000 subs.
15,000.
Yeah. And by the way, it magically appeared one day out of the blue. So it's one of those things that I think YouTube is rolling it out, very much like the community tab. If you remember, was originally only for 100,000, then it was 10,000, and then it started appearing all over the place. Hang in there, you'll get it as well.
And of course, with Article 13, that functionality may change in the future as well. So don't sort of get too excited about the feature in its current guise.
Just by the way, Fandom Smartlat says he's got 10,000 subs and he's already got the copyright.
Oh, thank you very much for the answer there. Really is appreciated from the community. All right, I'm going to take this question and I want everybody to respond to this because this is one of these comments which just makes you feel a little, I don't know, sad or upset for the video creator. It's come from Vex Milk and he says, simply put, or she, what do I do if I'm lame at making videos? How do you answer that question? How do you encourage a video creator who feels as if they're just not getting anywhere on YouTube?
I've got this. If you're feeling lame kind of making those videos, it's probably because you're very self-conscious, you're not good on camera, or you've told yourself you're not good on camera. A very quick tip that I can tell you just to get over that. Do you have Snapchat? Do you have Instagram? Do you have Instagram stories? What I want you to do is pick up your phone and just start talking to yourself every single day, at least once a day. It's going to die after 24 hours. Nobody's going to see it. There's no editing involved. But the more you do, the better you'll get. The more you do, the better you'll get. As Jeremy says, our friend Evan Carmichael, he's got a very good saying. He said, you're going to suck. Embrace the suckage. And as soon as you get over that, then you're going to kind of get yourself better and better and better. You go watch any creators, go look at their first videos. It's horrible. It's cringy. But you know what? Look how much better they are today. It's a skill and you just got to do more. Pick up your camera, let it die after 24 hours and just shoot as much as you can.
I'm going to add a hashtag to this live stream, embrace the suckage. I love that term. Jeremy, any further thoughts there?
I have a lot of thoughts because honestly, I am pretty bad like on camera.
Jeremy, self-professed lame at making videos at best.
But there's a couple of things you can do. First off, the reason I'm not that great at making videos by myself is because I don't like to do it. The second, quite honestly, is because that's not my passion. If you follow your passion, you're probably going to be really good. I'm a shy guy, but I can go speak to 800 people at VidCon if I want to and turn it on if I lean into my nerdness and my passion, and that's fine. You got to figure out on camera how to get fired up and to really just focus and lean in on that thing you're talking about or that entertainment you're giving, and you should be fine. On my own channel, I've actually went away from me being on camera and focused on others on camera because quite honestly, that's where I like to be the most. And my content's a million times better, honestly.
I made my first video on YouTube 10 years ago and I sucked as well. And it's just through, and I've never been to film school. I've never been on a film course or read any books. It's just been through sheer bloody mindedness and determination to improve myself. And you may suck, but everybody who starts on YouTube is in that same boat as well. The only way you will fail is if you quit. And if you keep going, you can achieve anything. And usually what happens is that you'll make 100 videos and you'll still not be getting the views. But then you've put all of that hard work in and then suddenly overnight one video pops and it's like, wow, I put all of this work in and now it's finally starting to pay off. And you see yourself go from like 100 views a day to 1,000 views a day. And it's like, oh, well, it didn't gradually build. It just suddenly went there and then the momentum starts. So just keep at it. Persistence, patience. And if you love making videos, you'll make them for one person or a million people. That's how I've always looked at my filmmaking journey.
And just one more thing on that. You may think that it's bad, or you may think that it's kind of sucks at the moment, or it's not getting the views at the moment. But remember, it's at the moment.
Yeah.
Videos live forever until you delete them. So that's why we never delete old content. You'd never know what's going to trend, what's going to trigger that algorithm. I've had a video pop from 3 years ago just because it was a trending topic that I did back then. It died for 3 years and then it just popped back up again. So you just never know, which is why, you can quit at any stage. So don't quit today. Just make it.
Rebuilding Me with Sal Di Guardia asks, I get massive swings daily in everything, but I'm most concerned about click-through rate bouncing between 0 and over 10%. Should I be concerned? I'm going to field this one first. Click-through rate can be a bit deceptive because if your videos are being shared only across your community, you may get higher click-through rate because people are invested in your content and they're going to watch it irrespective of what the thumbnail looks like. However, with successful videos that YouTube likes and wants to share across a wider audience, ironically, your click-through rate will go down. Look at it from this point of view. Do you want your video to be shared between 1,000 people and get 100 clicks? Or do you want your video to be shared across 1 million people and get 10,000 clicks? The click-through rate is completely different in those two examples, but you know which one you want. You want YouTube to give you all of that free advertising. So don't get too concerned about click-through rate on a daily basis. Benchmark it. See what it is today and then compare it in 3 months' time across like a month of click-through rate. So you've got an idea of if it's slowly going up.
And on this, a channel with millions of subscribers shared 2 of my videos in the last month, and my click-through rates on those videos were only 2.3%, even though the thumbnails are pretty good. And what you can do now in the new Studio Beta analytics is you can actually click show more and actually get details of the click-through rates per source. So I can see that when another channel shares it, it's really low, but when it suggested, it was like 8.9%. So now that you can see that more detailed analysis, don't get too caught up in click-through rate. Just try to make your thumbnails better and more clickable every week.
Absolutely. Steve Eve asks, how does a YouTube trending page work? Okay, we'll move on to the next question. I think that's a perfect answer.
You know what? I'm going to answer this really quickly.
Okay.
It's curated. Let's just be honest.
Yeah. Wanted Gaming. What's going on with hashtags above video titles? Is that the new way to drive in traffic to your channel? Of course, we have a #1 ranked video on hashtags on YouTube. We're a year into this now, and I would personally say I have no idea what the value is of hashtags for generally promoting your content in terms of keywords. If there is a movement, for example, Connor, what's his name now? It's gone out of me. No Small Creator. What's the video creator's name? Connor
Cody Wayner.
Cody Wayner. Yeah, he has that. He's like nailed down that movement of a hashtag, which is really good. But unfortunately for us, because we have a number one ranked video on YouTube, people get confused by what we've told them, and random channels in Pakistan and India use our hashtag more views, more subscribers vidIQ, and it appears on those videos. So we've ruined our chances of hashtags. It just feels to me like an advertising hoarding to take people away from your content, because the search results curated in a really weird way. It's not done by popularity, it's done by most recent videos without hashtagging, so really confusing. Kind of makes me wonder why I still include them in our videos, to be honest.
Well, I just use hashtags. When I used to use it before, like everybody else, when we first jumped onto this to kind of test it, I used the big stuff like Samsung and Galaxy. But all it just meant people watched one of my videos and they clicked on that to watch somebody else's video. So what I do now is I use hashtag. I've got hashtag the techie guy, which is kind of my blog name, and all my videos have only got that. Odds of somebody else having that is very slim. So I know if somebody's going to click on that, they're going to be served up only my videos. So I'm keeping people on my channel.
Anything else, Jeremy? Or are you good with that?
Yeah, there's one more thing. Henry asks if he can marry you, Rob.
Unfortunately, I am unavailable. I am already taken, so that is not an option. But thanks for the question. Let's go back to YouTube questions. Film Girls asks, okay, so this is a question for us, for vidIQ. Why do you need so many permissions for your extension app? It's maybe not want to add it. Fantastic question, and we get asked this a lot. And the answers are generally this. We have hundreds of tools here at vidIQ, all accessing different parts of your YouTube channel and asking for permissions. And what we did in the past is that we would ask for permissions when we created new tools. But the problem was that then everybody had to accept the permissions again. So we've gone a bit broader on this. A lot of people ask us this specific question: why do you have delete access to your channel? And the answer is weirdly this: it's so that we can give you tools on comments. It has nothing to do with actually deleting your videos, and that is just the way the YouTube permissions work. We've researched this as one of the big tickets that we were checking to make sure that we understand the question. And you know, I'm a video creator myself. I don't want vidIQ doing anything malicious. So we, as far as I'm aware, we don't actually have any tools within vidIQ now that can actually delete your videos. But that's one of the reasons why we ask these permissions. And if you look at many other third-party vendors who connect to your YouTube channel, they will ask for similar permissions if it's as broad and as big as vidIQ. So I hope that answers your question. And if you don't want to use vidIQ because of those permission requests, we completely understand that. And you can still use vidIQ to a certain extent without authenticating it with your channel. But I appreciate the question, and we're happy to answer that here. All right, we're approaching the top of the hour, Leron and Jeremy, so I think we're going to do one more round of quick 5-minute questions. So, folks, once again, I am going to put the hashtag question on there, and as soon as I see a question in the chat, we will start the timer and ask as many questions as we can in the time that we have available. So who is going to post the first question?
Oh, we're going to start with the hashtag question. There we go. See your first one in.
Okay. So let's have a look at this one. Does vidIQ still work in YouTube beta? Yes, we are continuing to transfer over all of our tools to the beta. So you've already got stuff like when editing videos to add boost tags, best time to post. The comment template tool is in there now, and we will continue to add tools. And we are, of course, prioritizing Beta Studio now. So just go to Beta Studio with vidIQ installed and see what's already there. Next question. We'll post it to Leron. What have you got?
Right. I'm not going to try to pronounce this, but it's Vlodte who says, is there a best day of the week to upload? It's going to be different on everybody's channel, depending on your own channel. With the vidIQ tool, it will tell you exactly which day, and in not only just which day, but also what time. So if you use vidIQ, your answers are right there.
Jeremy, what have we got next?
How to get consistent views. I would say basically you need to have a focus and, you know, really niche down your channel, and then understand what people are searching for, and then match that with the passion that you bring to that subject. So for me, skateboarding old, I love to skateboard. I am old, so I would figure out what people are searching for on YouTube using the vidIQ tools, and then I would create a video around that topic. I'm not going to create videos on what I want to give you, the audience. I'm going to create videos on what people are asking for.
Mac Azza asks, how do I get vidIQ on my YouTube channel? So there is a link in the video description that allows you to download what we call a Chrome extension. It just adds lots of different features to your tools. This is on desktop only right now, but there is an app coming very soon. So yeah, just click on the link and download vidIQ, and it is free to start. Leron, what have we got next?
Right. MMJRS Brawl Stars says, how do I enable the community tab? I got the requirements. That is a YouTube feature. Unfortunately, it's not vidIQ. We can't control that. So if you haven't received it, it's one of those hurry up and wait situation. A lot of people have met the requirements and are literally just waiting. A pro tip here is to maybe hit them up on Twitter, and there you might get some sort of, I don't know, priority, but just hurry up and wait.
Or use the send feedback tool within YouTube and just say, look, I've got 1,000 subscribers. Where's my community tab? Sometimes you'll get an answer, sometimes you won't, but it's best to try.
Yep.
Jeremy, got something for us to look at?
Yeah. So why is my click-through rate at 16%? I looked at Mr. DPL's channel, and you have kind of low views. So when you start tenfolding those views, odds are those numbers are going to go way down. But right now, what's probably happening is those views are probably coming from search, and typically search, because people are searching for a specific thing, click-through rates in search are higher than suggested or other sources.
Okay, another question we've got is Polish Tortoise Mapping asks, do you guys like tortoises? Yes, Donatello is my favourite. Leron, next question.
I like turtles.
I like turtles too. All right, what's the best way to create thumbnail? This is life is YouTube. These lots of, ideally Photoshop, one of those kind of editing suites. There's a lot of online tools as well. Something like canva.com is pretty good. The best thing to do with thumbnails, pro tip again, go and research what other people are doing on that exact video and make sure your thumbnail's better and it pops because it's you versus their thumbnails.
And it is, of course, thumbnail month here at vidIQ, so check out the several videos that we've already got out on it, and another one coming out on Monday. Jeremy, what have we got next?
What about channels like Blitz that make videos about tons of different games that isn't what you said not to do, but some of them have millions of subscribers? So the ninth daughter, my suggestion to you is not to look at a large channel and assume that they're doing best practices. When you're a football player or you're a celebrity, you can do whatever you want in life. Right? You probably have some money, you have some fame, and it doesn't matter because your distribution platform is large. PewDiePie can literally do anything he wants and get 1 million views. So when you're small, the reason we encourage you to focus is because how else is YouTube going to know what to serve and why would people subscribe to you? When you're large, you have what we call social proof, and people have reasons to trust you because you have millions of subscribers or whatever. But when you're small, you're small. No one has a reason to trust you or, social proof to think you're cool enough to subscribe to. So our recommendation is to focus and then get bigger with time. And as you get bigger, you can do more stuff.
I'm going to take this one final question because I think it's a fantastic one for all of us to tackle here from Collectible Reviews. Is it better to make your video title a question? I think that's a fantastic question in itself. And my answer to that is that, well, think about when you've seen titles that have questions. Does it create intrigue in your own mind? And then does it trigger in your head, well, I need an answer to that question? And if the answer is yes and you click on it, then the title's done its job. But there's probably something really important that you got to do with this as well. If it's a question, then there needs to be some sort of tease to the answer in the thumbnail. And that's where the combination of the two, the thumbnail and the title, can be really powerful. I mean, Jeremy, you love this thumbnail and I've been looking at it again today. There's a thumbnail that simply is simply a yellow box, and the title is "This is not yellow." Now, it's not exactly a question, but it's creating a question in your head, intrigue, and it's like, well, this is a yellow thumbnail. Of course, it's yellow. What are we talking about? And it's got 17 million views, and I've actually labelled this the most efficient thumbnail ever on YouTube. One colour, 17 million views. Any other thoughts there, gentlemen?
Yeah, you nailed it.
Once you pull out the yellow, this is not yellow. I mean, that's pretty much, it's done.
So I think experiment with it in terms of putting up a question. I think that's certainly a good idea. But the thumbnail's really going to have to help you with that question to try and give a partial answer. But I love the question there, and that is the final one. Oh, I think Leron's camera has just gone off, so you may have to press a button there. But thank you very much, everyone. He is back. Thank you, everybody, for joining us here in this inaugural live stream, which we wanted to cap to an hour, and we've done just that. And I thought that went fantastically well. Lots of awesome questions that come in both from the Google form and the Google and the live stream chat here. So if you do want to say your goodbyes, we're going to be shouting out for the next couple of minutes.
Rob, before we do that, should we maybe ask in the chat, do you guys think we should do more of these?
Yeah, absolutely.
Would you join us if we did another one next week or the week after?
Yeah.
Was this useful? We don't want to waste your time. For us, it's all about helping you guys grow. So if this helps you again, that's brilliant. If it didn't, that's also fine. We just want to kind of get an understanding. So if you say it helped, give us a yes or a thumbs up, or so we'll definitely do this for you.
Yeah, and the benefit for us is this is something that doesn't require too much preparation from us. We just jump on board and as Liron says, share our what we know, share our what's valuable to you, and it's driven by you, which is awesome for us. So yeah, any final thoughts there, Jeremy, on our first Q&A live stream?
Yeah, several people have said we should just do this 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Well, send caffeine here.
Yeah, well, we'll get what you like, Jeremy, which is watch time bombs. That would be really useful for us. But it sounds as if it's a positive, and yeah, this is brilliant. Maybe we should try and do this exactly the same time next week, or we can maybe switch it up and do it at a different time, a different day, because it really is quite easy for us to just press record and answer those questions. So thank you very much to the following people: McAzza, Electra Gaming, Kyle's Big Pig. Wow, what a username that is. Richard Goodman, Modern Regime 24/7/365, Abhas Singal, thank you for your questions. Elena Life, Twin Girls Gamer, Liron, who else have we got on the live stream today?
El Jefe is still in here, moderator. Thank you for doing that.
Oh, really appreciate it, moderator. Yeah.
Hayes House is still here. Silly Mummy's here. A lot of the guys. Oh, everyone's stuck around. This is brilliant.
Yeah, thanks for saying goodbye.
Mr. DPL is still here. Zane Al New Challenge is here. So yeah, guys, thank you for being here.
And Jeremy, we'll round it off with your perfect pronunciation of the following.
All right, Wired Gaming.
Oh, he's
Food Ants Doing Explorers, MMJRS, Half Baked 88. Zane Ali New Channel. That's a really good name.
We'll love it.
And Hayes House, you are doing a great job in the chat. We really appreciate you. And Nancy Trigas.
Everybody who's joined us today, we really appreciate the time you spent with us here on vidIQ. If you enjoyed this live stream, please, of course, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to vidIQ if you haven't already done so, and share this live stream with other fellow video creators who may find this useful. Jeremy, you are on screen right now, so you're the one who's going to have to do an awkward wave goodbye as I press the stop live button, and we'll see you again soon on vidIQ. Enjoy the rest of your video making day. Bye for now.